working with the younger players and all this stuff, and the jump or the expectation of a jump from year 2 to year 3 is a thing because you have been there, you've done that, you've learned. And I was impressed that you kind of took ownership of the offseason, at least from afar, and I was curious to hear your thoughts on what you've been doing.
I mean you was right. I've been in Utah whole summer, basically. Go home for about a week or two and then come right back to Utah. So Utah was home base for me. But
it wasn't too hot this summer. That was nice.
No, it wasn't at all. Just hot, trying to get around the city,
but not too hot.
See some stuff. But I think just been here, trying to get in the best shape possible. Working on the consistency piece of it. Every day, just trying to work. And also, it's kind of just wanted to stay here just because, I didn't want to take this building for granted. Like, come here every day. I get to work with my player development coach for free. I get to live for free. It's everything that I need is just here in the building. Like, I don't got to go back. I don't got to go nowhere to kind of get the stuff that we already have here. So,
yeah, there's a fire pit over there. You can roast marshmallows.
Yeah, that's where DA be at when he be crossing his feet and watching golf.
Key, starting in June, we do digging and try and figure out what's happening. June, July, consistently, you're the name I've heard all summer long. Everyone said you had a huge summer. I was told you were the MVP of the summer. What has it felt like for you? What has your summer felt like as far as, or what do you think that might mean?
I think for me, like, I don't know. It's out there. Like, we've been losing for 2 years in a row now. So I think for me, it was just about, all right, how can I change, or not just me, but how can we change the culture, or how, the league looks at the Jazz almost, just being honest with you. I feel like people came and they thought like, oh, let's just get our rhythm back when you play Jazz. Now we just got to get in our minds that we're going to compete every single day. So that's why I was in the building. I was here when the workouts was going on. I was here when the draft happened. I was here when they was in Summer League, like just trying to be around the group. I didn't want to be one of those guys that left and then came back like a month before camp and then now trying to build that camaraderie. I feel like we've already built that camaraderie. Everybody's been going to each other's houses, like going to eat somewhere. Some of the people came to Dallas, and then we did stuff there. So, like, just trying to build that camaraderie was the biggest thing for me. I think, like I said, the thing for me was just we team. Come on, Kyle. But
what do you think about, speaking of Kyle Anderson walking by, what do you think about a couple of the new guys? Start with him, but we can talk about Kevin Love or Yusuf or wherever you want to go.
Yeah, Kyle, Kev, George, even Nurk. George was in here a couple times with us, open gym. And you could already kind of sense like his years in the league, like he was using his voice already just in open gym. Like we weren't even trying to play organized basketball almost, and he was still trying to talk to us, show us different things. And then I've already heard about Kyle, how big his voice is in the locker room, and while he was in Minnesota, how much he was yelling at those guys when they was young, and then now coming to us, kind of the same situation. So I'm excited to have these guys in here. Nurk, he's played with some great guards. And then K-Love, we already know what he's done in this league. So it's a lot of knowledge in the locker room we got to take advantage of.
We heard you organized the gathering in Dallas and got everyone down there together. What were you trying to accomplish there? Who all was there? And I guess what have you seen from some of these young players on the floor who stood out?
Yeah, it was just trying to accomplish just getting the guys around and still trying to build that camaraderie. All the rookies came. And then the guys that I got drafted with, they all came. And then Elijah came, and then we had a couple pros. They came in and kind of filled in the spot so we could kind of get up and down. But we lifted there. We got strength and conditioning there. We was on the court. But, it's just all been fun. And then as far as your question with the young guys, like Ace and Walton, Tanji.
Even second and third year guys.
They've all been here. They've all been in the gym. Ace, just been trying to stay on him about like what it takes to stick in this league, and like there's a lot of aspects that come with the NBA outside the floor, like outside the court, like there's a lot of things you got to make sure you take care of. And obviously things are out there now, but just he's kept a smile on his face every single day. And he's came in here and worked hard like every single day. It was funny. He called me he asked me how did I get my Ring camera from my house. I was like, man, I don't even know, honestly. But nah, yeah, Walt. It's been crazy to be around Walt just because he's older than me. Mm-hmm. But you could just tell, like, obviously, like his habits coming from Florida, like the winning habits, obviously, and like kind of his knowledge of the game already. Just being around him and kind of talking about what we feel is gonna happen in the season, and like even for like him talking to him how he think he'll play or what do you think his biggest adjustment will be when he gets it going. But I like the energy in the building. I like everything that's going on. It's exciting. You can how can I say this? You can tell I guess a shift almost with the culture, with the energy, just with everybody. So I'm excited, man.
So it's interesting you talk about what you tell the younger players and the off the court stuff. I'm curious, on the court, what do you tell them when they come to you and say, what does it take effort wise, skill wise, all that to be successful in the NBA? What do you tell them?
I mean, I tell them the easiest thing for me to tell them is get in shape, get in the best shape possible, get in the most shape you can, because it's a lot of games and everybody on the court is good. And you also got to start to realize, everybody can score the ball, everybody can shoot the ball, everybody can do all the passing, dribbling. It's kind of what you bring to the table outside of that. Like, some of these guys now are some of the most valuable on their team, and all they do is play defense and make open shots. So it's just about I've just been telling them how can they be the most valuable to the team instead of trying to play how they want to play. That's what I've started to realize. You kind of got to be outside yourself for a second, kind of play for what's on the front of your chest. Obviously, we want to provide for our families, but when we win, everybody gets to eat. So we got to worry about winning first. So that's continue to build the habits. But like I said, just being in the most shape possible. And we got to guard. When we guard, the offensive part is easy for all these guys. Myself, Walt, Ace, Isaiah, like everybody can do the offensive piece. So we just been not strictly, but we've been really focused on the other side of the ball. So I think that's why it's also been good that everybody's been here, the young core, because Scott, Wojo, I mean, they've been on our bumper for the whole summer.
I imagine it's weird. Your first couple of years in the league, especially you coming at 19, you're just trying to like find your footing.
Yeah, for sure.
And now you look around the league, it's like Cam Whitmore has changed teams, and Kobe Buffkin has changed teams, and Jalen Hood-Schifino's changed team, and Nick Smith got waived. It's like, those guys are from your draft class.
Exactly, yeah.
And now they're fighting for their lives. Like, does that give you perspective on, like, hey, this league doesn't wait for anybody?
Yeah. Now, you said it right there. Like, it definitely gives me perspective, like, when I see those things happen, and, like, just how fast, like, your life can change. Like, I was able to be in the gym with, like, Cam Reddish a little bit and seeing that, like, he's now overseas. Like, starting to realize, like, you can't take this for granted, like, being in the NBA. Like, every day you got to do something that's making you better, like I said, whether it's off or on. And like I said, when those things happen, it kind of – when I'm looking at my phone, I kind of sat back and was like, the not only – the opportunity that I have, but the situation that I was drafted into, it kind of made me realize, like, situation is everything almost. Like, you can try to be the highest pick, try to get the most money you want, but, like, I'm starting to realize you got to fit, and you also got to be around people that want you, too. You can't just want to be somewhere and they don't want you back. So I think with D.A., Austin, and everybody, and Ryan, everybody will, like, I just can't thank them enough for obviously the opportunity, but just wanting me here, and it's obviously put it in perspective that, like you said, this game could be taken away from you at any minute.
Since you spent the summer here, was there a summer activity that you particularly enjoyed? Like, did you float the Provo? Did you do some hiking? Did you hit Park City? Like, is there an activity that stands out?
I hit Park City. I went to the what is it called, the montage?
Oh yeah.
Went
Fancy.
Went to have a little sushi dinner there.
Yeah.
Went up to Provo. I just went up there for the BYU practice. Just been really just trying to do a whole bunch of stuff outdoors.
It's a cool spot in the summer.
Yeah,
it's a cool spot in the summer for sure.
Try to find some food spots, but
Have you played against AJ DeBonta? You guys
I
any
have
runs
not.
yet?
I
No?
have not. But I will say at his practice, probably one of the most craziest dunks I've seen in a minute.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What happened?
I won't say too much, but somebody jumped. And the ball, he went off two, but the ball like crazy. And then he dunked it. And I looked at Walt next to me, and I was like, hey, whoever get him, he going to be like that.
Huh.
Is he one of those guys where you hear they're big and athletic, and then you say, okay, and then you see him in person? Like, I'll give you an example. I always thought I heard Yusuf Nurkic was big. I saw him about 10 minutes ago. That guy is
bigger.
a mountain. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is AJ one of those guys where you see in person and you're like, okay, I get it. That's
Like,
real.
I don't know how to talk, but wherever talk, what do they listen at, like 6'9"?
Yeah, something like that.
Like, he legit, like 6'9". Obviously, he gonna fill out, but he got. I mean, it's really on him. However good he want to be, he gonna be that good, honestly.
Emotionally, just good to see Taylor back on the floor?
I mean, I've been with Taylor all summer here. Like, he's probably went away for like a week, but in Utah, even when the weight staff goes for like the combine and stuff, we stayed back. Me and him was working out together, doing conditioning together, doing whatever. So I'm coming back at night. He in here sometimes. So like, it's just been good. Like, to be on the floor when that happened, and just to be with him, to see him build back up into the player that he was before. And honestly, he looks even better, even stronger, like doing everything. So I'm excited. Somebody asked me about Taylor the other day, and I almost just could shed a tear just because, like, I don't know. And when it happened, I just told everybody, like, I love him so much. Like, I love him like a brother. Like, I didn't know him at all coming into the draft, and then when we got drafted together, just, like, hanging out with him and, like, meeting his family, like I said, he feel like a brother. So it was good to just work out and see him really get back to who he was before. I'm excited for him.
Well, I got to tell you, from like a sports radio standpoint, where Ben and I have to come up with topics, and Ben writes and I do the pre-half and post, and you find storylines or whatever. That was one that just hung over the whole year last year. Whatever last year was about, the Taylor Hendricks thing was just like, oh, what if, you know?
Yeah,
and
exactly.
I think, you know, we talk to a lot of fans. I think that's a big source of excitement to see what he can be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, even the game he got hurt. He was playing well, defensively, offensively. Like, he just got all the tools, man. Like, it was so sad to see him go down. Like, I just know the type of effect he gonna have on our team. Like I just can't wait for everybody to see it.